morning. It's Monday. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Embody Your True Essence with me, Ikue. Today is Monday, October 28th, 2024. It's a step 5 and moving on to step 6 day. Hope you guys had a great weekend. How's your mood? I'm going ups and downs and, side to side and diagonal to diagonal, like, emotions are coming in, emotions are high, my thoughts are going all over the place, and finding a peace in between and grounding myself. So if you're feeling this way, or if you feel absolutely shattered and it's kind of just collecting all the pieces together, you're not alone. So yeah, it's a crazy time. Like when I'm going on the screen, I get to smile, so that makes me happy. And it's like, okay, I can still smile. But yeah, I'm going through a lot, and but also the weather is nice. So little things like that will really help me feel better. Yeah, it's blue sky. It's chilly, definitely. We're going to, Halloween and winter, but I think we can always light up a little candle inside of us, light up a light. How you guys feeling today? It's definitely, like Pluto in Capricorn. They're gonna, Pluto has been Capricorn since 2008, and that made some zodiac signs like Libra, Capricorn into place where we try so hard but things don't work out, and those cycle will finally be over November. What's the day? November 20th, I think. I can't wait. But let's just go through the energy of the day. But before that, let's just ground ourselves. I'm going to ground myself. Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Whether you're sad, whether you're happy, your day moves on and you're moving forward. I'm just setting the intention that, whatever I'm going through, whether, even like when I'm having a great day, just fully accept myself for all that flaws. I am not perfect in any way, and I don't have to like some of the stuff that the trait that I have, but, it's all about forgiveness and be kind to myself and kind to ourselves. And that's all that matters, because we're doing all this shadow work to integrate our shadow into light so that we can all be great. And by doing the work, lots of stuff comes up. And you kind of just, last week for me was, I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but literally meet that most broken version of myself. And it's just, have you ever come across, like, you meet your most wounded version of yourself, your childhood, and it's like, and then repeated a cycle of things that, the core belief that you have that attracted repeated outcome, and with the similar people, similar situation, and it's just kind of like, okay, like, I thought I was aware, but, what did I do to pull into this experience? So I'm really digging into this root cause, the core belief about myself. At the same time, it's, the emotions come and goes, right? And then, but I'm learning that, okay, I am safe. I'm having this thought. I'm having these emotions, and I allow myself to feel those emotions, and just know that behind all of this, I am always safe. And even when I make mistakes, even when I'm stubborn, and even when I just, just maybe not taking some unkind actions or say things that are not very kind, but maybe like, here's the power. You can stop yourself, but if you can't stop and did something that, against, not necessarily against your heart, but you needed to express yourself, then just set the intention that regardless of how I'm feeling, whether I'm mad and expressing myself, Even when I'm expressing my truth, I'm still safe. Even when I'm like make mistakes, I'm still safe. And also, you can also add lovable. You know, those are the powerful things. Like, because we when our core beliefs tell us, oh, we're not enough, we're not lovable, those things. So that holds us back from speaking up the truth and all of that. So I'm just telling myself, you know, wherever I am in my life, I am safe and I am protected. I am lovable and I'm still, like to think I'm adorable. Those things are, it's just all in start with us, right? And I'm just setting the intention that it's okay to feel this way. I'm still safe. It's okay to, have this darkest side of myself and I don't need to like it, but I can still accept that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need to like it, but I can accept that. And I don't need to, like the action that were taken by someone, but I just accept what it is so that I can move on. But out of all this thing that are going on in my life, I am still safe and I'm still lovable and I'm still loved. And this is how you can kind of, loving the parts of yourself that are literally your shadow. And it's hard, but it's, shadow work is where you just accept all parts of yourself. And you like, I was thinking yesterday that there's part of me that just wants to be perfect and just want to be perfect and then do things right. And I think we all kind of had that part of ourselves. But, if you can't get it right, and it's okay. It's trying to get it right is so draining. It's like, be can I just be me and enough, and that's okay, and I make mistakes and people still love me? Those type of core belief and idea I want to embody, because it is so hard to try to get it right, because if I get it right, if I'm perfect, I'm going to be loved and I feel satisfied. I feel fulfilled. But if I have that mentality, I am keep pushing forward and I don't need to rest, because as soon as I rest, I feel like I'm not enough. And here's the paradigm shift that is happening in me right now, having very strong Capricorn in my side, this controlling side of me. It's just not working anymore, And I was meditating yesterday and I felt this like around my hips, my legs, and my feet. It just kind of just like have this I've been experiencing this tension. And then it's like, I want to let go. So like, let go. I just did this program. Hi, Michelle. Michelle and I, Happy Camper, we just did this program, 21-day cellular memory reset. There were a lot of takeaways from that program, but one of the things is we just have to let go, whatever that means, and don't have that fear. You don't have to have the fear of letting go of things that important for us. It's not about that, because whatever important for us, it will stay or it will come back. But then here's the fear, right? And I literally, as I was meditating, and it's like, my lower parts of your body not wanting to let go. It's like I could literally feel the vibration of this tension, like when you like want to let go, but it's like so fearful that it not wanted to let go. It's like this, right? This is also another sensation of trauma release. Literally when you work with your body, you may have experienced the sensation of like body parts start to shake, and it's a good thing, right? So letting it to kind of shake so you can let go. But it's like, I'm just telling myself, let go, let go, let go. And I also notice even the parts of myself that not wanting to let go because it's so scared, that not feeling safe. It's just like, okay, even having that part of myself, I'm still safe. Even having that parts of myself, I'm still lovable, still have the sensation. You know, you could have all kind of diagnosis and you feel like so broken and emotional, and it just feel like it's like you're so helpless. But I am feeling this way. I'm going through this sensation. I am have this illness, disease, having those things. I don't need to like it, but just accept and then know that it's behind all of this. I am somehow, I am somehow safe, protected, and loved. And that's another layers, because you know, I think it's law of attraction teaches us like whatever you know, whatever you hold will persist. You gotta let go. But it's like, you know, another aspect will teaches us you have to hold on to the positive thought. But this little thing is so hard. And it's like every time you have a negative thought, you create a judgment in us and in me. And but if we could just surrender, and I just like, okay, I'm just gonna go like this. Heal me. Please heal me. Ah, people still love you. It's when we don't live ourselves that is the issue. Thank you, Michelle. I love you so much. Yeah. All we need to do is our best, realizing our best changes from moment to moment. Yeah, that's all we can do, right? Through it, doing our best, love ourselves. That was me, or like one, yeah, scared me so much until I understood it and I loved on it. Yeah, I think we all had that part of ourselves that protected us, right? Because I was so fearful about it. And then it's just like, let go, let go, let go, let go, let go, and trust. But I think that's exactly what we are going through right now, because of what we have myself go inside, so I can have a good conversation with Michelle. Yeah. So, anyways, word today is step 5. Hi, Michelle.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes. So
Yeah.
I wanted to remind you what that we learned on the very first call was the unknown is where the answers are. And so that fear, whenever I feel it, I'm like, oh, I'm going to find the answers. So just a little way to just rethink about the fear, because that's where the unknown, that's where the answers are. If we knew, we wouldn't be in where we were at. So it's that we don't know. And so the more we are able to embrace that unknown, sorry, um, the more the easier we find the answers, because the answers are always in the unknown. Because if we knew, we wouldn't be struggling. So whenever we feel that fear, whenever I feel the fear, I just welcome that fear and I say, oh, I'm going to find some answers because I'm going to look in the unknown. I'm not going to be afraid of the unknown.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like you're less afraid of the unknown, or like something that you're working towards, or like you're telling yourself that it's like nothing to fear? How are
Well,
you?
I've told I've done it enough where well, one of my marriage vows was that I will not only survive in, like when the fear comes, I'm not just going to get through it, I'm going to thrive. So
Yeah.
that's something I've told myself a couple of times. And so now, the fear of the unknown, I see that as a gift. Like it's the fear is going, hey, guess what? We're in the unknown. And so now I'm not afraid of it anymore, because what's the worst that could happen? I feel like I've already lived through the worst. I've had a lot of issues that I don't like.
Yeah.
And so I get to embrace the unknown. And I know that the answers are in the unknown. So I'm not going to be afraid of them, because I'm going to find my answers. I'm going to find the solutions. The fear is just a message. The fear is just, I see fear as just like, You know, like picture a bike messenger, and he comes to your house and he's just like scary looking and scraggly, and well, he can't help it. That's just how he looks, right? So it's just fear. It's just what it looks like. You know, he's just bringing me a message, and so I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid of anything anymore because and I embrace the unknown because that's where I'm going to find the solution.
Right. I think it's, we're in this Scorpio season where, today is step 5, moving to 6, and we're definitely learning protections and boundaries. And one of the things I'm doing is I'm actually, we upgrading our boundaries about ourselves. And they're part of me that I notice I'm not giving enough time for myself to grieve or feel sadness and kind of bypass it all. And it's just like, okay, by the way, positive thoughts and, happy thought, and, but that's me. And I am taking actually more time to just be sad. But then it's like, okay, when do I stop? When do I just,
One of the things I do is I look out the window and I express it because you don't want to keep it inside. You're sad. Be sad. But express it, like I express it out the window because nature is, just like it can take like a mouse dies and it takes all of that and it just puts it into the earth and transmutes it into good things. The earth can take anything. So tell nature your problems, and when you express them, then they're not inside, and they'll be able. You'll heal faster. You'll release
yeah,
faster. So don't
and
just
just,
like not say it because you want to not be negative. No, say it,
yeah,
but express it out the window so that you can move on. So you create room. That's what I'm learning with all these boundaries. Because I told Gary I was going to Seattle. He goes, "Oh, you're gonna work on yourself." So I just boundaried. I journaled every day about boundaries, and boundaries. They don't. I use because I'm a Gemini. I used to think I had to have like these, like every 6 feet wall, a little gate. I mean, I had to have these perfect boundaries. But really, a boundary can just be like, you know what? I think I'm gonna not do that. There you go. That's a boundary. It doesn't have
yeah.
thing I overthink.
Oh,
And so I think that giving yourself the love and connecting to the nature and giving yourself let yourself speak it out the window, all your fears, speak all your stuff, because when you create room, then new fun good things fill up that space that you had fear in there. So
couple days ago, I was having a hard time sleeping, so I put on this, the recoding meditation that we got from the program we did together. And then I woke up with the sensation while the meditation was on. There was just like a shooting pain on my belly, like a lower belly, like this type of like horizontal shooting pain. Boom. And then that pressure builds up around my throat. And then I needed to cough it out. And then like, okay, did I just like experience like sensations from past life? This is how I got killed. I don't know. And then so I expressed that in one of my fashion class in front of my students, and one of my students told me, it's like, no, I think you just got, rebirth. And then that kind of makes sense too, because I was born by C-section. When I was born, umbilical cords was wrapped around my neck. I wasn't breathing, stuff like that. So, but anyways, it's also like the sacral chakra, our and thyroid are is connected, right? When our blood, like the sexual organ is tight, and of course this gets tight, you're suppressing, expressing yourself. So so I was just thinking about what you said about, you just have to express, like when I feel fear around my hips, this is where it seems to carry a lot of stuff. So as I express, because there's a connection between the hips and my throat, maybe I can let that out.
yeah, yell,
Yeah.
scream out the window, because nature uses it. It transmutes it and turn it into some positive or usefulness. It might not turn it into positivity, but it uses it for what it needs to use things for, which,
Yeah.
have faith in nature. Like, I just think that, the unknown doesn't need to be scary. We just tell ourselves it's scary. Because our egos are going, oh no, I don't know what to do. Good.
Also
I'm
like
glad you don't know what to do. Thank you for not knowing what to do.
also
Because
like sorry. Also, I feel like, I've been healing myself for a very long time, and I know about law of attraction. We know that whatever we focus, we attract. So every time you have this kind of negative thoughts, and then we judge ourselves for having that, like emotions come up, and it's like, oh no, 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 I'm not supposed to think this way. This is what I manifest, and that's another fear that I seem to carry. So I just like setting the intention that behind all of this, I get to express it. This is me releasing that energy. I am not my emotions. I am not my thoughts. So I can let go. Yeah,
Yes. That's
but
amazing because she talked about the blessing, like whenever you see something that you quote unquote want, you bless it. So she, I was just in Seattle and I was, traveling down the street. And every time I see a car, I'm like, a car that I want, I'm blessing it. And my husband's like, well, what does that mean? And I'm like, well, it's not like this thing is going to magically appear in my driveway. What I'm trying to do is I'm calling to me the feeling of what it feels like to be able to afford that car and to be comfortable driving that car and to be able to, do all the maintenance and make the car payments. It's not just the car I want, it's what the car represents, my the ability and the energy that I'm trying to say I want to be able to afford, that nice car and drive it around and not just like get it and then not know how to take care of it or pay for it. It's not that car, it's the
you want to
feeling.
tap into the feeling, yeah, and
Yes, yes.
emotions, and then hold on to that. But then there's fear comes up when we try to hold the thought because we practice the other way for a very long time. So it's like I think heart says something, and the brain trying to test the heart, right?
Hmm.
It's like, are you really, are you really looking at it from that perspective? But I think it's just like it's so hard, but being an observer of all of that, and yeah, I'm just taking day by day. I'm definitely going through this Pluto in Capricorn, like doing some final Last Supper celebration type of thing, releasing.
The beauty.
Um,
Up, down, up, down. We don't want to stay stagnant. We want to ride the wave. And when it's up, we want to stay up. And when it's down, we want to give ourselves love. When it's up, we want to, take advantage of the energy to move forward further. When it's down, we give ourselves love. When it's up, we take advantage of the energy. And
yeah,
yeah, I really think that would be good for you. Talk outside the window, yell at it, but release, and then you'll have room for, um, confidence and security and all of those things. They might be really close by, but there's no room for them. So you got to get rid of some of it, express it out, and then bring in what you want.
yeah, yeah. Is the practice, and is so much patience, kindness, taking my time, because I think at the end of it, it doesn't matter what you're thinking, what you're feeling. It's more just when you just be and surrender and let go of the control, and that's when you can just have things that were available, but just couldn't see, like it couldn't come in because of the control, right? And so, yeah, again, let go. And really, I think it's tapping into subconscious. And there's so many ways to reprogram our subconscious. Like fascia maneuvers is one thing, like where you're moving
Mm-hmm.
subconscious, our patterns. And also you can work through, the tip of the iceberg, which is our current state of consciousness. And then there's a deepest sea, deepest ice, and this is that secret. But you can have this 5% of this, tip of the iceberg to sending in all that good thoughts in. That will take a lot of times. But also you can straight into this subconscious and then just surrender and connect and flow and, trusting. And yeah, it's just like, I think every time I think it's like, sometimes when I think about trusting, or like, it just like creates a lot of resistance because I don't feel this way right now. So it's just finding that words, phrases that works for me at the moment in time, and it just, for me, it's just let go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fear. it's not what the fear is of, like a fear of being alone, a fear of being misunderstood, a fear of, not being able to provide. Those are just the fear. That's the messenger knocking on the door. Hello, hello. It doesn't matter what the fear is about. As soon as you recognize, oh, somebody's knocking at there he is. He's knocking on the door again. That's when I automatically just shift into, oh, he's got it's almost like dun, 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 like a secret knock. The fear has a secret knock, and I go, oh, that's the fear knock. So then I have a plan, a boundary, step 0, around what I'm going to allow the fear to do. So now I've told myself that when fear knocks at the door, I have a response. I have the version of me that shows up at the door. So I don't let my little kid answer the door when fear knocks. I go get my warrior, and I have my warrior go, okay, the routine. Here we go. Take the fear,
Yeah.
put it over here, open the other door, let in the love.
Yeah.
So just a planned response for fear will be really, helpful. And that's where just journal. What is my planned response for fear? And see what you write. You'll be amazed.
I like
And
that.
then that's what you do. Then the feeling that it doesn't matter which fear is showing up. Is it the fear of being alone? Is it the fear of misunderstood? Is it the fear of finances? It doesn't matter, because here's the response when the fear knocks at the door.
Yeah. Yeah. So for you, the unknown is, unknown, the invisible. Um, this is where everything is, and whether you get to trust or fearing. Um, how would you tap into? Like, do you meditate or just express?
I journal a lot, but I actually have tennis elbow right now, so I had to stop journaling. And it's really that, it's bringing up like, oh no, how am I going to find my answers? Because I'll journal and then I'll read. I'll go, oh yeah, like I didn't realize that's how easy it is. But the biggest thing that I've done that makes the difference is, and I'll send it to you and maybe you can post it, but it's identifying what emotion is coming up. Do I have sweaty palms? Is my chest tight? Is my throat sticky? Is my gut feeling it? And so you can't argue with the body, but if
Yeah.
I were to say to someone else, like, you know, you make me this or that, they'll be like, no, I don't. And they'll argue. But if I say, I have a stomach ache right now, they can't argue with that. So then I identify in my body where the response is happening. And then I can be logical about how to respond, because it's not an issue where the brain can argue with me.
Yeah.
It's like, well, no, my throat is tight. And what does that mean? It means I'm having trouble expressing myself. So then I have a planned response for when I can't express myself, except like we talked about the unknown. I decided if I feel the unknown, get excited. Get excited about it. Just get excited. So as soon as I have unknown, oh, I don't know what's going to happen, I get excited. So I've told myself, yeah, maybe I meditate on it, or
Reprogramming
just,
himself, right?
yes,
Okay, I can't see it. I'm
I'm
just
excited about the
excited
unknown.
while
I
I'm going
welcome the
more.
unknown.
Yeah. Yeah, very true. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, I really appreciate you, Michelle. Yeah.
Yeah,
Have a great
you
day.
too. Thank you
Talk
for
soon.
letting me share that.
Yes, of course.
I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, talk to you soon.
Bye.
Thank you.
But where's my ex?
Oh, I can just go like
Thank you.
that. That was so sweet, Michelle. I loved it. Yeah. Yeah, I think there are so many tools that we can use to process emotions and moving forward. While I was just talking to Michelle, I have this image of lotus flower, and this is just me and being the soul. And I am the most humblest. I'm not, but doesn't mean that I'm modest. Maybe I should be modest. But anyways, like, okay, I don't need to try so hard, but I can still be the shiniest star in my own world. And in this, like, the kind of like, it's in the bottom, and it's anchored, it's universe, and this me. And there's like lots of visitors coming. Like, it could be fear, it could be joy, and it could be all kinds of thoughts. But all of these are spotlighted through my soul purpose and my soul light. And it's just like, it's a mixture of all of that, but this is me, this is what I embody. And so whatever comes, I am safe because I'm rooted in the ground in the universe, and I have ability to trust me whatever that comes in. I just came up. I just came up with this. I'm gonna maybe draw something. It's just like lotus flower. You know, I have one tattoo, one and only. I don't think I will have any more, but it's a lotus, and yeah, it's just like, this is like, I grew up in the you know, like Buddhism, Shintoism, and Kuan Yin. Like those are like, you know, my thing. I was thinking about getting in touch with more my ancestors, my bloodlines, but there were part of me that resists because you know, bloodlines powerful, but also there were a lot of trauma too, right? But at the same time, digging into this shadow work and coming from the place, it's like, my family were good. It's like, oh, wait a minute, my family has so much trauma. It's like, okay, oh my God, I'm so broken. Like my family are broken, and then going into slowly coming into like, you know, there are strength and goodness in my family, and at the end of it, it wasn't that too bad, you know. That's a beautiful analogy. Yeah, thank you. I love the emoji. Oh, I didn't know that there's a lotus emoji. And Kuan Yin is amazing. So, yes. So, getting back to my roots. Getting back to my roots of like, it's just like honoring the nature, but also we're going to a different world, but I can add and breathe the new energy into my roots, which is, you know, wabi sabi. Take life as it is, but take life with not sadness or a lack of control, because there's part of me that I want amazing life instead of like, you know, just like floating like water and surrendering when I'm sad. And I know that, okay, in this life I have no control over anything. I'm just gonna enjoy every moment. I don't know about, sometimes like that analogy makes me sad. It's like, okay, what's the point if I'm not in charge of my life? So, whew, I am still figuring out, and that's okay. I still set the intention that why am I figuring out when I'm, you know, not being perfect, and I'm never gonna be perfect, and I just know that it's okay. Even when I'm not perfect, I'm still lovable. I'm still kind. I am still safe and protected. So that completely, like, I don't have to feel perfect, but I just have embodied this like complete sense of safety. My body feels completely safe. My soul feels completely safe to live in this world, and that's kind of like the thing that came up last night that I want to embody. Like all parts of my cells completely just feeling completely safe to the point and just let go. That's what I want to embody and feel. Hi Shari. Yes. What is your biggest takeaway from our class? Is that from a cellular reset? I'm still integrating. I mean, definitely, like, the exercise-wise, I think I have, like, 3 days left. I watched all the recording, but I haven't finished some of that. It's time for me to set the intentions and set the future intention. I've been listening to recoding, and I'm just like, yeah, literally just, okay, please tell me. Because I can't control my thought. I can't control my emotions at the moment. Anger's coming up, sadness, grief, all of this is like I'm taking my time to express it. But out of all this, kind of just like surrendering it and searching for the unknown. Like I search, like, give me answer, give me answer. Sometimes I get more confused than being clear, gaining clarity. But I am slowly understanding that slowly understanding that being okay with where I am and accepting all parts of myself. I don't have to agree with everything I have, everything I've experienced, but just know that it's okay. Just know that it's okay, and just know that I'm safe. Just know that I am safe and loved, and that's my birthright. That's the biggest takeaway that I'm learning to embody it every day. Understanding the more confusion but more acceptance. Yeah, because once you started to digging some shadow that you've been suppressing, and it's just like, okay, well, what do I want to do with this? Like, I am sitting with that emotion. What do you want me to see? And because I feel like this shadow has been suppressed for a long time, it just needs some time, you know. It can't be done in one meditation to just do, or journaling to kind of just finding the answer. And sometimes I find myself, I get more confused than gaining clarity whatsoever. But you know, before this is me, I would dance with these emotions, and it's kind of just forget about it and then come and go. And maybe that's one way to do it. But I'm also feel like I feel like this is a time for me to really not escaping from this. And it's ugly. It's sad, but it's like I don't know when it's gonna end. But I am just accepting the parts of myself that makes me feel imperfect. That's what it is. Yeah. So this is the work. So I'm just going to read quickly about the energy of the day. Today is step 5. It's Gemini day, I think. So if you were lots in your head, that's the energy. Today will be cloudy and more introverted day. Your mind is a willing state of awareness, so thoughts, dialogue, communication, and conversation may dominate your time. If you wake up feeling overwhelmed, scattered, or have difficulty focusing your thoughts, you may need to get into your body to ground your nervous system. A brisk walk, exercise, yoga, tai chi, or any other moving form of meditation will not only squash the overthinking, but also settle your nervous system in a healthy way. Movement is the number one way to overtake the mind and forcing it to reset or calm down. So this is a thinking day. With the eye protect Scorpio's transit, you may realize your approach with boundaries could be causing problems in your mind. For instance, you may lack boundaries in your mind, allowing yourself to think non-stop about a topic until it wears you out. Or you may allow yourself to think terrible thoughts that affect your mood and push you into sadness or fear. I understand this. Parts of today's exercise is understand where the mind needs to stop. Your heart is the judge of what's appropriate or not. On the flip side, you may uncover thoughts you have not allowed yourself to think today. Boundaries in your mind may go down, exposing hidden truths about yourself. For instance, you may realize that you actually think highly of yourself, but have kept yourself from realizing that to avoid coming across as arrogant. In that case, your mental boundaries was causing harm by suppressing self-confidence. Again, your heart knows if the idea is true, which is how you would know where to draw the line. In each of your stories today, examine your thoughts and ideas and determine where the line needs to be drawn with your thinking. Perhaps you are opening up your mind to greater ideas, or maybe you are closing down to destructive thinking. In either case, allow the heart to make the call. Your mind determines the things in life that tax your values and self-esteem. You're identifying the best mental approach and language to use for greater self-esteem moving forward. I definitely feel that. Yeah. Make certain your heart believes in this new vision and that you feel it to be true. You will come to understand how your thinking can disrupt your feeling in the long run. Open your mind to a different approach with your feelings. Come up with a theory about how to create long-term self-nurturing for yourself. Today's goal is to determine what thoughts belong in your head and which do not. Draw your boundaries to be clear. So lots of self-dialogue, especially for the next 1 week or so. We're still in that first decade of Scorpio, I protect. It's all about boundaries, 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 boundaries. In the larger narrative today, you are looking to protect the right mental attitude, thoughts, and mental approach. Protect the right way of thinking and shut up the wrong way. As always, your heart is what knows what's best for you. Don't worry, being easy and loving on yourself will bring out the best result, not sorry you. Happy thought. I think of myself in loving ways. Right now, those words are so draining to me, to be honest, because I am trying to hold happy thoughts, and in my mind just wants to go so much negativity, and but it's not also about positive negative, right? Like working your way through just loving yourself all phases of your life, and I feel more resonate with that where I am. So I will do that. This lotus analogy that I just came up with. I am a lotus. It's a beautiful flower in my own world, and it's very subtle and is modest, but shine the brightest in my world. And all kinds of visitors, thoughts, thinking, and it's a big cosmos, and they come and go. But all that thing is spotlighted by the light of my soul, and my soul is deeply connected to the Mother Earth, and this is how I just know that it's completely safe and protected. And I want to have this lotus in my sacral root chakra, and so that it's this lotus, and there's a fountain, and it's just constantly flowing beautiful flowers, and I don't know, I'm just grumbling, and then like all my thoughts, all my emotions are just there, but I don't need to pay attention any of that because I'm so tired. I'm so tired of thinking. I'm so tired of feeling. But I am not running away. I'm not abandoning myself, because out of all that, what I'm embodying is, regardless of what's happening in here, the types of war, positive, negative, wounds, I am still safe, I am still lovable, I am loved and protected, and I'm provided. That's what I want to focus for the next 20 days or so. Learning more about the foundation, the boundary for myself. And my boundary is, whatever is happening, I am safe and I am loved, I am valuable, and those are unshakable truth and unshakable boundaries. So yeah, I guess that's a conclusion for me. Okay, so I pick a card, I tap 5 times, and this is for everyone. It's a beautiful card from Shine, reading Carmichael, and that's a card. And what I picked was, sorry, you can't, it's a reverse. It says, be creative and excite your imagination with wonder. Stop saying you are bored and let your imagination go wild with wonder. Creativity, in short, it's turning your ideas into reality by using your imagination to put things together in a way that has never been done before. The word art is written in the word earth, so it seems obvious tapping into our creative side contributes to our soul's growth and purpose on this planet. Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge. Curiosity is a cure for boredom. So when you pull this card, unleash your creativity by redecorating, cooking, coloring, singing, dancing, capturing photos, writing, or whatever way you feel called to express yourself. The problem isn't that you don't have any ideas. It's likely you haven't created the space to give them life and bring them into the world. Time and patience requires. Doubt stop us from turning our reality into reality, spending time daily doing something that excites your imagination to stay in flow. What creative project can you get lost in today? Set aside time and space to create instead of waiting for inspiration to strike. Remember, be prepared to make mistakes and don't criticize your creation. Learn from the mistake and try again. Excite my imagination with wonder and allow myself to get creative. So that's the energy I am also just thinking about, you know, I am a dancer. I love moving and freestyling and dance however I want. Really teaches me about how I approach the life, and there were a lot of parts of me I noticed for a very long time that I've been dancing. I tried to show the good side of me. I tried to show that, like, look at how fierce I am, how look at, like, whatever sexy I am or whatever. But there's that vulnerability that I don't want people to see, but then it will show anyways on stage because you can't really lie on stage. And the energy doesn't lie, right? And I think we're going to the world where you absolutely cannot hide anything. The earth frequency is going up. The more you try to hide it, it will come up. Like, that's for sure. That's a good news for me because I don't want anyone to hide anything. And if I could just see that right away, it's like, you can't lie to me. I can see you. But it's just out of all that, it's just it's okay to be silly. It's okay to be funny. It's okay to do some crazy stuff when I'm freestyling, when I'm living life. And it's okay for me to make mistakes and laugh about myself, but I just, like, out of all that, I want to embody that. Out of all that, I am safe. I am lovable. I still good, and there's nothing to worry about. And that's where I can find inner peace, because when you have inner peace, make peace with yourself, make peace with all parts of yourself. I think that's the ultimate truth to beautiful living. Because that's to get there, like, we're trying to keep positive thoughts and then loving thoughts and all of that. Like, think of, like, our consciousness, the present consciousness right here, and then subconsciousness, and tip of iceberg. This is so small, and this is so deep underneath the ocean, and this is the power. But it's so hard to tap into the power unless you do meditation. I mean, fascia work is wonderful. You tapping into the subconscious, and now I am going to go further. So tip of the iceberg, subconscious, and I'm here with the lotus, and I just know that I am this, and I am this. I have a lot of flaws. I make mistakes. I scream if necessary. I get angry. I show attitude. I can be so stubborn. I can be so controlling. But out of all that, okay, I'm still lovable. Tell myself, and finding that inner peace within. So that's what I'm going to embody in the Scorpio season. I hope you guys relate to some of the stuff. But thank you guys for being here. I show up every day, 9 to 10 a.m. PST, to just work through my emotions and sharing what I'm learning, so that whoever watched this can get some inspiration, and you don't have to take in what I say. But I think we're all learning to discover our own color, what you believe, and what you believe is what you become. And again, I would like to go step further into that idea, because there's so many layers to life, so many layers to our consciousness. If you're just saying things, but if you upgrade yourself and you see those words from a very different perspective, right? So yeah, highly great to see you too. So hope you guys have a great day, and shine your light within, and make peace with yourself, and know that just let go, just accept. Just accept all parts of yourself, even the parts of yourself that is grieving, even the parts of yourself that is so hard loving. But here you are, moving forward. Even when you don't feel like you're moving forward, when you feel broken, you're still loved, and you're still lovable, you're still safe. So surrender into that. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day, morning, afternoon, evening, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.